Hello again, Card Media. It's RJ back with another video. Let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day. Have here Mike's 1988 Topps Big Card. Now, why I like the big cards? Well, I don't like them because they're big. That they're odd size, so it's difficult to store them. But luckily, I was able to pick up the whole set in a deal many years ago, and it already came in pages, so it was easy to display. But I love the caricatures on the back, the cartoons, like the old style Topps cards. And it's this one I want to talk about right here. He belted his 500th home run in '87. Hooray! He was a three-time NL MVP. Great. But then they always put in these little folksy home things, like he lists electric trains among his hobbies. Now, I'm sure Mike Schmidt had a bit of a layout in his basement when he was younger. But the other one you see a lot is Mike wanted to be an architect when he was younger. And I was actually, it's the reason this piqued my memory is because I was listening to a podcast recently about the '80 Phillies, and it was interviewing everybody, and it talked about Mike. And if you know Mike Schmidt's history, when he came out of college, well, actually, when he went to college, he was injured as a high school. He had some knee and leg injuries as a high schooler, so he wasn't highly touted as a prospect. He was a walk-on for Ohio State. He was never highly touted. Even when he was drafted low in the draft, not particularly looking at it as a star player. And he was like, actually, I think it was a shortstop, actually. So nobody really predicted the great things that he, eventually developed into. So he actually, when he went to college, it wasn't for baseball. He decided he needed a career. And in high school, he had taken some drafting classes. So he thought, well, maybe I'll be an architect. It wasn't like he had a passion for being an architect. Mike wanted to be an architect before baseball. Well, no, he just kind of fell into that because baseball wasn't in his cards originally. So when I see these little caricatures here, he lists electric trains among his hobbies. And he wanted to be an architect originally. Well, it's a bit of a stretch, really, but it's the funny things they come up with to take up space on the back of these cards. Makes me laugh, and this is a good example of that kind of stuff. So today's random baseball collectible of the day. Want to get back into the silliness of my collection and show off some odd items. So as much as I collect baseball, I collect all kinds of odd baseball items. And this is something you will see in almost every baseball stadium, my major league and minor league, as a quick pickup at the register. One of these baseball bat pens. This here is the Iron Pigs, which is the AAA affiliate of the Philadelphia Phillies out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. The Iron Pigs, a little baseball bat pen. And then I picked up this guy here, one of those little Koosh pens. It's got a little clip on it, a little push button down, and some kind of just odd looking caricature in a Phillies uniform. So these are the kind of things I keep on a random shelf in my collection, just as baseball items. And again, I just enjoy showing off odd baseball collectibles, which is what that was. So hope you enjoyed that. Today's trivia question, in keeping with the December theme as a baseball one. It's always interesting that on Friday, whatever the date is on Friday, for some reason I can never find a Hall of Famer. And that's the case today too. I couldn't find a single Hall of Famer born on December 15th. But what I will ask of you is for you to name for me the former Philly and fan favorite and member of the 2008 World Series championship team for the Phillies who was born on December the 15th. Be the first person to email me with the correct answer for that one. And I will send to you, and again, I'll include the repeat of the question and my email in the description below. I'll send out to you a little oddball collectible here. This is the 1987 Donrus pop-up all-star card of Ozzie Smith. So if you're familiar with these, you understand that you were supposed to kind of pop them up and fold it to make a little thing where the guy could stand up and kind of be like an action 3D shot or whatever. This is the one of Ozzie from the 86 game in Toronto, which makes this the 87 card. So that would be your prize if you can tell me who that Philly player is who was born on this day. Today's item I want to show off, I'm going to have to zoom out a bit here. I'm not even sure if this is going to fit, but I'll pop it down, move the background out for a second. I picked this up on eBay, and what thrilled me about this pickup is I got it for $1. Nobody wanted this, so I was able to snag it for $1. You can see here it's a giant size box. It's like kind of like shaped like a board game, but it's like too deep. All right. What it is it says Classic Game Time, and it's literally a giant box. I guess you would have got this at Christmas time or something, but it was all of the classic board games at the time. So if you know Classic, it came out in 88 with an entire board game, which I'll show you inside. In fact, let me take the top off. The first thing that came out for Classic was the board game. And I have here an original Classic board game still in the shrink wrap, which came inside this thing. There's a nice little picture of Mike Schmidt's card from that set right on the front cover. I love that. But this is a full game. It's never been opened. I'd never played the Classic game in my life. I was a little older and out of collecting at the time when they came out. Got back into it soon after, but I never bothered to collect the Classic games. So this was the first one, the Premier Edition, it had 100 cards in it, these green ones that were part of the set. So I'm going to set that aside. And then one by one, they came up with what they called update versions. So those cards went to 100. This is the update one, went from 101 through 150. Okay. And these travel editions, what they call them, came with the card set right here. And then inside you'd have what they called a game board, and then a couple pieces and a die. And this was the game. I don't even know how to play the game. I don't even know if there's directions on this on how to play what they consider the Classic game. But hey, this is the travel edition. Also came out in 88, and then 89, or it was 87. I think it was 87 actually, because these are 88s. This is 88th edition. In 88, they only made 2 travel editions, the blue and the red. And taking off the same numbering system, the red went from 151 to 200, and the blue went from 201 through 250. And they all came as part of this little box set. What you also got was a little poster of collectibles. I'm not going to fold this out. It just had various baseball collectibles in a poster format. And if you look at the box cover, I'm going to show this off again. It had 250 different Classic baseball cards, which was the original game plus the update editions. And it was supposed to have 25 plastic pages and a professional baseball card album. I'm assuming that whoever bought this used those and didn't put it back in here. But it had the Premier baseball game, had the large fuller color poster, and then it had this. I wanted to save this for last. It had something called the Scoreboard Book of Baseball. I want to show that off now. It had this book right here. I found this book many years ago. I mean, I'm talking like 20 years ago, maybe, in a collection that I bought from some guy at a yard sale. He had a couple copies of this book. And this is back when I was trying to buy things and flip them on eBay and make a profit, which, sometimes I did, sometimes I didn't. But these books sold incredibly well. I was able to sell the 2 books that I got that were this exact book for like $30 a piece. I have no idea if they're still rare and collectible, but they were part of, it was actually part of this box set that Classic put out. So, you know, if you ever come across them and people want to know where they came from, now you know where it came from. I don't know if that book was ever sold standalone on its own or if it was made specifically for that box collection, but I thought it was pretty cool when I found it and sold it for so much, and then to come stumble across that same book in this box here, I was wondering if maybe, you know, that was unique to this book. I doubt it. I honestly think this book was sold individually, but included as part of the Classic box thing here. So anyway, that is something I picked up, and the great thing about it, like I said, is I literally picked this up off of eBay for 99 cents. Nobody else bid on it. It was listed for 99 cents, and I paid 99 cents. And I think I had to pay like $13 for shipping or something like that, so it ended up costing me more. But, you know, I just like saying I paid 99 cents for something that was this cool. And I am, you know, if you know me and my collections, I collect sets, obviously, which is something that this represents to me, because each of the Classic games is considered a separate set, you know, that year's set or whatever. A couple other things that came in there: an old Sports Collector Digest magazine, which is kind of cool. I wanted to show you real quick what was the 52 mantle going for. This is, okay, you can see in the corner here, this is the spring summer of 1998. Let me go zoom back to normal level again now that I've opened the box up. So here is your 1952 Topps listing, all right? And you'll see card number 311 there, Mickey Mantle. Perfect card, or I guess a really good one, went for $6,000. And you can get the entire set for $35,000 if you were lucky enough to get the full set of 1952 Topps. And you can get the entire 1951 Bowman set for $5,500. So my, how times have changed. You know what I'm saying? So I guess Mattingly might have been considered still the hot thing, or maybe Mark McGuire or whatever. Let me see if I can't scroll down. Matt Noakes was going for $2, if you remember Matt Noakes. The 87 trade-in set was out. I'm trying to see like a giant price card for anybody. Nothing's really jumping out at me. Maybe you guys see something I don't. I know that the, what was it? Remember the Canseco card? Jose Canseco was going for $11. The 86 Donrus rated rookie one. What were the Fleer update was huge right then. I remember the Fleer update with the Clemens and Puckett and all that. Where is that price? Do they even have it? The Fleer traded set. I do not see it. I do not see it, but I would love to know what the Fleer update was fetching. It was the 80. Was it the 85 Fleer update? That was the 85? No, it was the 84 Fleer update, I thought. Yeah, there it is. That's what it was. There it is. So the 84 Fleer update went for $225 back then. The Dwight Gooden was going for $70. The Puckett was going for $60. Even Pete Rose was going for $25. There's the Clemens up top at $75. So they were hot and heavy back in the day. You remember that? The Fleer update set is still a legendary baseball card set. Even back then it was going for a lot. Put all these away. And it was interesting here. Here's the original shipping label from the person who purchased this, because they joined some shopping club. Take a look at this. A lady named Dorothy Logan was a member of the Home Shopping Club, and she purchased this box for $48.50 back then. And I think I saw the date. There you go. May the 10th of 1989. So, You know, all that time, and I got myself the whole thing for $1. So there you have it. That was my showcase today. I hope you enjoyed that. It fills a couple needs. It's a couple sets actually. It's a game because I do have my game collection as well. But it's just so dang cool to have all those things, I think. And I am going to have to research that book. I want to see if that book is still selling for a premium. So don't forget the trivia question. What former Philly great and fan favorite who was a member of the 2008 World Series team was born on this day? Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting to my videos. Thanks for taking time out to watch them. I greatly appreciate it. I try to watch as many of your videos as I can. So hope you enjoyed all that. Thanks for watching and take care.